50 things your poop says about your health. "98% ever had brown stool. This is common. Your digestive system is healthy." 94% ever had sausage-shaped. This is the ideal form. You're getting enough fiber and likely have no food issues. 91% ever had heavy. Healthy stool sinks as it's denser than the water in the toilet bowl. 87% ever had upset stomach. You may have food poisoning. Make sure to stay hydrated as it's mostly water. 85% ever had soft stool. This indicates you're eating too many processed foods, like bread. 83% ever had floating. This is an indication of nutrient malabsorption or excess gas. 79% ever had loose bowel movement. This means you have mild diarrhea, but it's not severe enough to cause great concern. 77% ever had spherical shape. Eat more fiber-rich foods like legumes and avocado. 74% ever had more than 15 minutes. If your bowel movement lasts longer than 15 minutes, it's a sign of constipation. 71% ever had sweet corn. This is normal, as your body can't fully digest sweet corn. 69% ever had bulky bowel movement. This may mean your large intestine is getting too dilated. 66% ever had excess gas. This is likely due to certain foods you've been eating. 64% ever had ghost poop. When you flush and there's no stool, due to a very compact consistency. 63% ever had liquid bowel movement. This may be caused by an intestinal infection. 61% ever had firm stool. This is an indication that you are dehydrated. Drink more water. 60% ever had irregular bowel movement. This indicates a lack of fiber in your diet. 58% ever had straining bowel movement. Bowel movements can be triggered by stress and anxiety. 55% ever had burning stool. Acid from very spicy foods will burn when your stool is expelled. 53% ever had bowel movement causing cramps. This is a sign that you're not drinking enough water and may be constipated. 50% ever had rotten egg smell. Eat fewer sulfur-rich foods like meat and dairy to avoid this. 47% ever had oily stool. This may be due to your body not absorbing enough nutrients. 45% ever had fast bowel movement. Your stool is expelled quickly. It may be a sign of diarrhea. 44% ever had rumbling in abdomen. Often indicates the need to defecate. 40% ever had horrible smell. You may have giardiasis, an infection that causes terrible odors. 37% ever had greasy stool. This is indicative of malabsorption issues like celiac disease. 35% ever had dark stool. This is a sign of bleeding in the upper digestive tract. 33% ever had sticky stool. Sticky and hard to flush stool is caused by a buildup of mucus. 29% ever had watery bowel movement. This may be caused by food poisoning. 26% ever had frequent trips to the bathroom. This may mean you have irritable bowel syndrome. 22% ever had very thin stool. This means you may need to consume more vegetables and fruits. 14% ever had orange stool. This means you have a blockage of the bile ducts and need medical attention. 8% ever had rancid stool. This is caused by mucus in the stool and dehydration. 7% ever had yellowish stool. Your diet is too high in fats. Reduce excess meat and fast food. 5.5% ever had greenish stool. You've ingested something with a lot of purple food coloring. 5% ever had metallic odor. That's the smell of iron in your blood. You may have internal bleeding. 4.1% ever had sweet smell. This is a sign of uncontrolled diabetes. See a doctor before it becomes incurable. 4% ever had fishy smell. This is an incurable genetic disorder called fish odor syndrome. 3.5% ever had extremely long stool. The longest stool ever was 20 inches long. It was riddled with intestinal parasites. 3% ever had very light colored. This is a sign of a liver problem, possibly a result of too much alcohol. 2.7% ever had streaks of blood. This may be due to swollen blood vessels inside and around the rectum. 2% ever had reddish stool, possible bleeding in the lower digestive tract. 1.6% ever had foamy stool. This may be caused by overactive bowels. 1% ever had non-edible objects. You have been ingesting things that are not food, which is usually very easy to avoid. 0.9% ever had bubbly stool. Foamy stool indicates you have too much fat in your diet. 0.5% ever had blue-purple stool. This means your body can't break down heme to create hemoglobin. 0.1% ever had ammonia odor. This may signal liver disease. See a doctor immediately. 0.08% ever had worms. Worms can be contracted from raw food. See a doctor immediately. 0.05% ever had smoking stool. Smoking stool may indicate phosphorus poisoning. 0.03% ever had rainbow stool, caused by consuming foods with vibrant pigments. 0.01% ever had fecal vomit. This means your bowels are completely obstructed. You may not have long to live. How long do you usually take to have a bowel movement? Comment below.